I'm going live because I can do that. I can go live if I want, Aiden. This is America. In America, we go live while you play Jedi games. Aiden's playing Jedi games. I'm live, guys. I am live. My hat always bothers me on camera because everything's backwards and it looks wrong. Hi, guys. So I'm live. And Alan likes that clip pointing towards the middle. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's a valid thing. I'm dying. Aiden, go make sure your brother's not dead. Okay. I have no idea where he is. He said he was going outside. What was that noise? Did something in upstairs just... What was that noise? Did you hear it? Guys, my house is about to explode. I don't know what's going on. Hey, guys. Hey, Jason. Hey, Big B. I don't know if you guys heard the big noise. I heard the big noise. Maybe a tree fell on the roof. I don't know. But hey, guys. Here we are. I am, in fact, dying. And that is happening. So... How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing tonight? I wasn't sure. Hey, Kurt. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this tonight. Hello, with everything going on. Did anything fall, Aiden? Is there like a tree on the roof? Seriously, do you see anything? Back up. Back up. Is there like a big branch on the roof? All right. Is your brother alive? Okay. Everything seems to be okay, folks. Yeah, so, last week we talked about hacking. Hey, Lincoln. Still under cyber attack? Yes, Alan, as a matter of fact. They tried to get into my PayPal a couple days ago. Luckily, this time they were thwarted because I got the text message that like they send a code when you click forgot my password. It came to me. I was forced to change my PayPal password, but at least I changed my PayPal password. So it looks like at least things are underway. Things are getting back under control. I have my Facebook is still up in the air. Like, it has not been reviewed by Facebook. It's just sitting there. So, I do not have LifeLock, Jason. I don't. I think I have the option to have it, but I just never. I have. You know what? I do have LifeLock from Norton. Actually, I do have it. I don't know. So if you guys have not yet tried, so is that green? That is green. It's a green guy in a motorcycle. That's why you can't see. That's why you see through it. So Mountain Dew's new flavor. It is exclusive at Circle K. Purple Thunder. It is purple, not grape. It's not grape. It's purple. Thank you, Exploring It All. I mean, I'm here. I'm still waiting for USAA to give me some money back. Amazon has refunded me for the 4 gift cards that went through. Well, the 5 gift cards and the Kindle book that went through. But yeah, things are slowly getting better. Like I said, I still don't have a Facebook account, but that's not the worst thing that ever happened to anybody. In fact, that might be a good thing, Yeah, Alan, you have to get this at Circle K. It's a Circle K exclusive. You know what? It's not blue, but it's a little different and it's not bad. So I figured I'd give it a shot. So I got a few. And yeah, I am dying like I do every summer and every winter because of my lungs. As a matter of fact, so here's a little update for you guys, a little life update. I just got contacted by the VA case managers today, and they're doing their on the road to increasing my VA rating. I have to go next week. I have to get set up for another evaluation where they will look at all of me again, or they're gonna, so when you're rated by the VA every so often, you get reevaluated, but they're gonna, well, I shouldn't say every so often. So once they decide you are permanent and total, you never have to get reevaluated again. But I was not determined permanent and total the first time, and then after that, and then after 5 years, you get the reevaluation, and they decide you're either permanent and total or no, and then another 5 years. But so I'm not at the 5-year mark, but reviewing my records, they were like, we may have undervalued you the first time. So, Todd, nobody's trying to get credit in my name. Because I have, the DocP Facebook page exists, but I can't access it. I can't do anything on it. No one else can post on it. It's in limbo right now. If my personal account ends up getting deleted, so my account is suspended right now, and pending review, it could just be deleted, or they may never review it. I don't know. I don't know what happens to the DocP page at that point. I don't know. I'm actually going to do an Instagram post, and Instagram's supposed to automatically paste to my DocP Facebook. So it'd be interesting to see if it actually lets me paste anything there. But I can't use Messenger at all either. So I can't do that. I can't get there. I don't know. So I can't use the Messenger and reply to any messages on there, which sucks because I just realized that's how I talk to Carrie from Off Grid. I'll have to send him an email. Anyway, but Todd, I get alerts from Experian and the other big two. For any major credit changes. So if anything happens, I'll know. Hey Carson, how are you? What's up? This whole hacking thing has been crazy. So I think I said this on the videos I put out. What seems to be the fault was my tablet, which Ethan was running around with. My fault, not his fault at all. He's 7 and he had permission to use the tablet, but I should never have let a 7-year-old run around with a tablet, because I just didn't occur to me that how many things I had also on that tablet. Kurt, I cannot delete it because I can't access it at all. I cannot access my Facebook page at all. I can't do anything with it. So I can't delete it and do anything. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Those are the 3. And I get alerts from any of them if there's any major credit changes. So those are but I can't access Facebook in any way right now. And I think it's, you're not supposed to have more than one account. Like, that's their stupid rules. So I'm not going to say, I wouldn't say that I have started another personal account, because that would be a violation of the rules, but whatever, what am I going to do? Hey, Craig. So I'm still waiting for USAA to finish all the fraud reporting, because, they have to go item by item. What's really frustrating, too, is that the banks, unless they steal up to a certain amount from your account, it's not profitable for them to actually go after somebody. In fact, it costs them more money to prosecute and to investigate and all that stuff. So, in talking to them, they were like, well, the amount of money Like, look, I'm just me. I'm not a millionaire. They didn't have that much to steal. So they're like, this doesn't hit our threshold to where we would actually, investigate and try to prosecute and find them and everything. Because it costs us money in the long run to do that. And I'm like, well, I want these assholes I want them. I want you to go get them. And they're like, we don't. It's not our policy. It has to hit a certain monetary threshold of money for us to recover basically for them, like in not so many words, for it to be worth their time. Otherwise, the money they spend in manpower and resources and all that stuff, they actually lose money compared to the money they may recover. So, so the guys get away with it. They just get away with it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, that's right. The police won't look into it because I don't get to file like the police report. The bank has to do it. I report the fraud to the bank, and technically, yeah, it's my money. It's my money, but it's like technically it's the bank's money when it's in the bank's hands. So it's the bank. It's a crime against the bank. It's not even a crime against me. So you're right. The police won't. If the bank doesn't do it, the police don't want to have anything to do with it. So yeah, it's just all kinds of But it is what I mean. At this point, it is what it is. I've taken all the steps I can to resecure stuff. I haven't gotten any more alerts or any more security threat. I haven't been locked out of anything else besides that one weird text message from PayPal that as if somebody had tried to change password, but again, I had already put on the 9 million step authentication and all that stuff. So yeah, Kurt, USAA is a great bank. Like the USAA is an amazing bank. And they've been working with military people for since they opened. So they're gonna cover everything that was taken from me. It's just the process. They have to go through line by line of every charge, and they have to go through everything. But they will get it back to me. And slowly, I see money popping back into the account. So, they will cover the loss, and they will get it back. And I've already got a new debit card in my hand. So they overnighted that for free. And it's been really cool. Hey, go boy, what's up? So yeah, Carson, it is really shitty that it all happened, but it is what it is. It's the internet age. I haven't carried cash, like actual any amount of cash on me, short of like a couple bucks, in years. I just don't. So that's that. I mean, I don't know. But I also, I don't keep my passwords auto saved on any device anymore. I've got to. So somebody just got me a password book. So I have a book, a physical book that I write all my passwords down in now. With like crazy ass, 20-digit passwords now for everything. But I have to physically sign into everything every time I go. It's the price of doing business now, I guess, with all these scumbags and electronic stuff out there. But that is what it is. It is what it is. And like, guys, hopefully, I'm sure that if I was one of you out there, I'd be like, oh, what happened to him? But I'm smart. It won't happen to me. Hopefully you guys will just take a cue and go check all your stuff so that it never happens to anybody else. But man, it happened. It's done. Hopefully it's over. I'm sure we know now that it all came from the security breaches on that tablet. Tablet is factory wiped. Factory reset to original settings. And Ethan now has his own Gmail account for kids that he uses, so it has no connection to anything on mine. I am not on that tablet at all, and hopefully I'll take care of it. So there we go. Olight, by the way, comma, is Olight is going to have a sale tonight. And in case you guys didn't know, it's mainly for us American type folks, us United Statesers. It's going to be Stars and Stripes theme, and I'm going to have a video that's going to go up. Actually, it should be up in about 8 minutes or so. But you'll see it when it goes up. The sale is tonight at 8. It's got some pretty cool stuff. Honestly, it's got some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to pick up. I'm going to pick up a knife, a new Drever knife. I have the Drever knife. Boom. They have a special edition of this guy. And like it has. I love this actually. I don't know why I don't carry this knife around. Remember, it's built by Kaiser. It's actually manufactured by Kaiser, so it's really good quality. But you'll see when you click the link in the video and you go take a look at it. If you already have the Drever, you can get just the scales, just the G10 scales with like the Stars and Stripes stuff, or you can get like the whole new knife with all the scales and everything. So it's pretty cool. So that is, and then they have some special edition lights and everything, and yeah. Since we're still talking about what really pisses me off is that on Amazon. Oh, thanks, Carson. What really pisses me off is that on Amazon, there's obviously an email associated with these fake gift cards. Now, I'm sure that these guys made that email up like on the spot. But again, if they were really interested in reaching out and finding somebody, there's IP addresses. There's ways they could do that. They just choose not to because it's like to them it's not worth their time. But there's actual phone numbers and stuff and email addresses when they hacked into my YouTube and my Instagram. They changed the contact information and like I don't know. So yeah, anyway, there's that stuff. But yeah, like so the sale starts at 8. The video will still be there. Well, Carson, you're awesome. I appreciate your support. You are cool. And you know what? I appreciate you. But so yeah, you guys, you can check that out when it comes out and see it's some cool special edition stuff that they're doing though. And I think that you guys will appreciate it. I think you guys will appreciate, especially like I said, us United Statesers, because it's all kind of a Stars and Stripes kind of setup that they're doing. But even if you're not from the States, like look, the collectability of these things, so they're all limited edition and serial numbered. So it's probably kind of how do I say it? It's you'll be able to the resale will be there on these things too. So there's that. But yeah. So what else are we gonna talk about? I have to do the giveaway for the little medal. I'm going to get back on track for that. And I haven't forgotten about that. I need to get back on that. But so a lot of people from around the world said like, it's awesome, but we're from here, we're from there, and it should go to some of the United States. And I appreciate that so much that you guys want to like leave that because of what the medal represents and where it's from and all that stuff. That's cool. It's really cool. But I don't want anybody to ever feel like they don't belong in a giveaway, because it's not like that. So I'm planning to do another giveaway. Wait, did I miss a birthday? Wait, where is it? Oh, David, or a new knife. Happy birthday, David Jones. Happy birthday. Now I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing another giveaway like as soon as we do the giveaway for the medal, and hopefully one that people around the world will be really interested in doing. Hey, Aiden, can you bring me my my green work backpack real quick?
Yep.
I'm going to show you guys a sneak preview of what's going to be in the new giveaway, so that you guys can see what's going to be in the Thanks. Good job, Aiden. Hey, Aiden, you pulled it off. Nice work. Now, I'm not going to give you any more. I'm not going to give you any more insight. My Patreon guys know what's up with this, but nobody else does so far. But this, wow. Oh, there's green involved. There's green involved in the scales. So anywhere where you're seeing through it, it's green. Let me, you know what? Hang on. Let me do this. Let me just do that so that you can see this for a second. Okay? You can actually see what we're dealing with here. So we've got a set of scales. If you know what knife this is, awesome. If you don't, okay. And you know what? You can still, wow. I'm going to, I dropped the scale. Let me just turn the virtual background off. So here is a scale for the giveaway knife that's coming right after that medal. And if you think you can figure out what knife it is and what it's all going to be, cool. G10. It's a G10 scale. It's a G10 scale. I'll go retrieve the other one that I dropped shortly. Now I got to change the virtual background back to green. Boom. Look, I'm learning how to do this. So there's a separate one for Patreon folks. Jason, you know what it is. Jason's just messing with you. Oh, maybe he's, I don't know. I shouldn't even say. Craig with very slowly, very, very slowly. Hi. Very, very slowly. So, yeah. But that will be coming out really soon. I'm still working on the rest of the knife. It's at the shop, and it's going to be super fantastic, terrific when it's all done. I think you guys are going to really, really like it. Yeah. And if you guys want to take some more guesses, well, good old boy. The thing is, I don't like fixed blades that much, so I don't work on them that much. That's just all about. I don't know. They're not as much fun for me to work on. I mean, I can just give away just a plain old fixed blade, but I don't know. I know other people like fixed blades, and that's just my personal prejudice against them. I like folders. I just like folders. I like folders because I put them in pockets and stuff, and I can do that. Speaking of folders, putting them in pockets, there's going to be, goddamn green screen. You guys, you know what? Just trust me that this is the Benchmade 940 with the, that's really cool looking though. You can see right through it. How far away does it have to be for you to not see through it, or what? You can't. You can't. Woo. That's so cool. Now that's it. Oh, that's cool. Because all right. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm just playing now. Because with its green screen, you see right through me to the background. I become invisible with this knife. So this is the 940 with the Hydrographics custom scales. And we're going to have an update on this. And Black and clear acrylic scales. Interesting. Oh, wait. I don't know what I'm reaching. So I'm going to be doing a whole thing on that because I'm sorry I'm dying right here on camera with you guys. But yeah. So we're gonna be looking at that, and then a follow up on. I don't know if you guys remember this. This is one of the earliest things. Oh, look, this is not showing. This has green. One of the earliest. When is the Army going to use that technology for camouflage? Never. Let me tell you about the Army and camouflage. When I was at Fort Bliss in 1996, they were testing a camouflage pattern by Cry Precision. Yeah, 1990s. I want you to remember. I'm sorry, 1998. But the test started in 1996, right when I joined. Okay. So I don't know if the name Cry Precision is familiar to anybody, but it should be, and we'll talk about why in a minute. So, the Army was testing out this Cry Precision camouflage pattern, and it was a very, very, very effective camouflage pattern. And everybody was like, "Oh, yeah, great, we like that. When is it going to be? When is this going to replace BDUs? When are we going to use this? When is it? Blah 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 blah." And the Army was like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe 1990 never. This is not a great pattern. This is not effective. We're not going to use this." And people were just dumbfounded that this amazing camouflage pattern that was probably better than anything we had used or were using was getting turned down, and we were going to stick with BDUs, and the desert uniform for however many years. You know what that uniform would go on to be called? It would make a reappearance in the late 2010s, and it would be called multicam. Slight differences, but the same uniform, multicam, back in 1998, if you can believe it. Yeah. So, dicks, absolute dicks. And of course, the Army, and we had to go through that. We had to go through the entire fiasco of the camouflage, the gravelflage, the stupid gravel pattern camouflage that nobody liked, that nobody wanted, except I'm quite certain. I'm quite certain that some general's brother-in-law owned a company. Like that's how that happened. What a stupid. All right, I'm not going to get worked up about it, but what a stupid camouflage pattern. Oh my God. And then, so of course, us Air Force guys, because I had switched over. I was in the Army. I was in the Army right when that uniform started. Like right when they said we're going to do this. I was in right when they started switching over to black berets for everybody. And anybody who had ever worn an actual beret, we hated it so bad. Because I got to wear maroon. I wore a maroon one for a little bit, And when you had earned a beret, it meant something to you, and you learned how to wear it, and you learned the history of it, and you learned how to shape it. You wore the damn thing in a hot shower, and you shaved the fuzz off of it, and you did all your, You did what you were doing. And then you saw the whole army. The whole army just, first of all, I can only imagine how the Rangers felt having their black berets taken away from them and told, you guys can wear this tan one now. We're given the whole thing. And I believe the chief of staff at the time was General Shinseki, who was a Ranger. Well, okay. So when you go, I'm sorry, guys. You guys know what you're getting with me. You go off on these tangents. So when you go to Ranger school, you graduate Ranger school, there's two types of Army Rangers, okay? There's Ranger Graduate, there's Ranger Tab, and then there's Ranger Bat, okay? And so most of the people that go to Ranger school never serve in a Ranger battalion, never in their life. When you think of like, oh, he's an Army Ranger, you're thinking of guys that serve in the 75th Regiment. We call it the 75th Ranger Regiment, but it's actually the 75th Infantry Regiment. It's they're not, Rangers are not special forces. They are a special operations unit, but they are technically on paper they're a light infantry regiment, but it's so much more than that. But anyway, but guys who serve in the Ranger battalions under the 75th Regiment, those are the U.S. Army Rangers. Those are the guys who disappear in the middle of the night and make shit far away explode in the most loud, violent fashion you can ever imagine. They do Ranger shit. You also have a whole bunch of people that go to Ranger school and graduate and get to wear the tab, but then they go back to all the other units that they came from, because Ranger school at its heart is small unit leadership and problem solving. That's what it is. It is a requirement to serving in the Ranger battalions. But it is, Ranger school itself is really, it's honestly the world's premier small unit leadership and operational development school. So the Army loves to send people to Ranger school fully knowing they're never going to serve in a Ranger battalion. They're never going to be U.S. Army Rangers. They are going to take all of those lessons and all of that experience back to their home units, where they then can disseminate this information. And so it's kind of like the one can lead many. But you're talking like they'll take it back to straight leg infantry units. They'll take it back to military police units. They'll take it back to engineer units. They'll take every other unit in the Army. They'll take it back to. So most Ranger school graduates, yes, they are Rangers and they wear the tab, but they will never wear the Ranger beret. They'll wear it for graduation, but they don't wear that beret because they're not in a Ranger unit. You thought Rangers was like a different SEAL team? Good old boy. Honestly, I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. Rangers are a special operations force. They are not the same thing as special. They're not Green Berets. They're Rangers. They do very specific direct action missions. They do. They have a very specific mission set, and like Rangers are excellent at small unit. I can't remember the actual mission statement right now. But Rangers do a lot of stuff clandestine, very secretive. And the Ranger battalions are often feeder units for higher level secret squirrel stuff. But the Rangers live by a philosophy that we call violence of action. Okay. And violence of action means you are going, it's almost kind of like, remember, like if you guys remember way back in the day, Operation Iraqi Freedom, they told us it was going to be shock and awe. And then it was like, wait, what? Rangers live every single day. Like every mission they do is genuine shock and awe. Like by the time the enemy even turns around to try to figure out what has happened, these dudes have snuck in out of nowhere, have popped up. They came out of the darkness, and the sky is falling around the enemy. And by the time the enemy can even pick their heads up to figure out what's going on, Rangers are gone. That's the kind of missions that they do. They're not going to do the very sneaky ones where, weeks later they figure out something has happened. And like that's what like, SEALs do that stuff, Green Berets do that stuff. No, Rangers, you're gonna know a Ranger company has visited you, because where there once was infrastructure, there's a giant smoking crater in the ground. That's what they do. So, yeah. But Rangers are designed to do that. I mean, they do that. They are the Army's. They are the military's shock and awe force. Now, that's not to say that they can't do things quietly when they want to, but they practice the philosophy of violence of action on purpose. Okay, so special forces is actually not, Todd, this is a great question. So people use special forces as a generic term. There is only one group. Hi, Ethan. Hey, Spooks. There is only one group that actually literally holds the title of special forces, and that is the United States Army Green Berets, the United States Army Special Forces. They are the only ones. Everyone else is a special operations force, okay? And they have different names. So when you say special forces, you are talking about the Green Berets. Navy SEALs are not special forces. They are special operations forces, what we call SOF, okay? But they are not the special forces. These special forces, what are you doing? What you got there?
It's a game book, and I want to.
You want to do some games?
Yeah, got some boxes with you.
We can do some games after this show. So these special forces are the Green Berets. The Navy has the SEALs. The Navy also has, and you probably don't think of it, but the Seabees. The Seabees do mainly inland construction stuff, but they will participate with some other naval special warfare stuff. Navy also has their special boat squadrons, which supports the Navy SEALs. Okay, the Marines have Marine Recon Force Reconnaissance as their what they call MARSEC. I don't know. That's Marines. Marines actually have Special Operations Command. They have their own. Each branch has their own Special Operations Command, and then we have an overall United States Special Operations Command. Marines have also, which is not necessarily a special operations team, but it's a I can't think of the word, but it's by invitation, by tryout. They have something they call the TRAP team, the Tactical Recovery of Aircraft and Personnel team. So that is the Marine Search and Rescue team. And that is a little bit above and beyond the average infantryman. And the Marines have something else that I can't think of off the top of my head. Now, there's the mythical unit called Delta Force, which technically does not exist. Delta Force does not exist. But it has gone by different names. We used to be fairly okay to call them First Special Forces Group Operational Detachment Delta, which is where they got the name Delta Force from. They've changed their names a couple times. Now they're called CAD, but Delta is an Army organization, but they pull members from all the services, and so. you have to come from some prior special operations background to be in Delta, and there is no you have to be invited to try out for Delta. In the Air Force, we have a Special Operations Command. A lot of Air Force Special Operations Command are folks that are not at all what you would consider to be special operators. Okay. AC-130s, some drones, dudes that do reconnaissance stuff. And then we have what we actually call the battlefield airmen. Guys on the ground with guns doing stuff. And so what we used to have a career field called Special Operations Weather, which I know sounds like stupid, like what the hell, a weatherman? But the Special Operations Weather guys, they were gray berets, slate gray berets. They literally are the first ones into any environment, because before you can jump in any other forces, these guys will go in, sneak behind enemy lines, and they will do their weatherman stuff to find out if you can even parachute in any other special forces. Those guys are hardcore. They are no joke. Now they're called special reconnaissance teams. There are SEER, survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. And there used to be two different flavors of SEER. There were the SEER instructors and the SEER specialists. SEER specialists used to deploy with other special operations teams to help, guys out in the field survive, avoid capture, stuff like that. Now I believe they have been folded into the special reconnaissance teams. But those guys are also badass, no joke. We have combat controllers they're cool because combat controllers not only have to go through all of the actual FAA air traffic controller course and program and get certified, but then they go through all of the operator stuff, and they call in close air support, very similar to stuff that any other ground controller that calls in close air support does, but they do it behind enemy lines. They do it in secretive stuff. They train with other, not only joint forces, but combined forces they work with, just like Carsten said, the Australian SAS, the British SAS. They might work with GSG-9. They'll work with all sorts of other allied nations so that they do this. They're out there doing the secret mission stuff, and they're like they can call in a bomb from a pilot with precision like none other, and they do secret. And by the way, they're deadly ground combatants as well. And then the Air Force also has the PJs, the pararescue guys. They are primarily trained as a search and rescue force, but they also are the highest finely trained combat medics in the world. And by the way, they're also super deadly ground combatants because they learned it all. So they will either work as a search and rescue team, like when a pilot is down. They will fly straight into hostile territory where you already know the bad guys are shooting people down because that's what they're going for. But they will also work with other combined joint special operations task force to provide, to be those super duper medics out in the field for like special forces teams, with SEALs, with everybody else, with Air Force special reconnaissance teams, and do all that stuff. Now there are also, and I don't mean this as a lower level, like they're not as good, but the Air Force also has tactical air control parties, who are the general guys who deploy out on the ground and call in close air support, working with the Army. They have special operations capable tactical air control party members that will deploy with Rangers and such. Because remember, Rangers are part of the special operations game, but they are not folded in with Green Berets, SEALs, and groups like that. Because they also, the thing about Rangers is they also usually operate in slightly in larger groups, like than a SEAL team or a Special Forces team, or something like that. So their tactics are a little bit different. But the OSS is the Office of Strategic Services, Craig, which would end up becoming the CIA later on. So now, while we're doing all this, talking about this, there is a certification that you can get as a ground controller called the Joint Terminal Attack Controller. And what that did when we brought that online was that took all us dudes who are qualified to talk to airplanes and rein in hate and death, and it basically gave us a common language and a common background, so that no matter who is on the ground talking, no matter who you're talking to, it's standardized. Because for a long time, me as an Air Force guy, I'm very good at talking to other Air Force guys in the air, right? But now you bring in a Navy pilot, right? And maybe that's the only option for close air support. Well, we do speak an entirely different language than the Navy. And believe me, so doing close air support is one thing. But now if I'm controlling an intercept, an actual air intercept, right? Like to put our fighters nose to nose with a Chinese fighter to shoot them down. I'm not kidding. Entirely different language spoken, Air Force to Navy, and the Marines generally speak the same language as the Navy. Okay, the JTAC stuff has nothing to do with air to air. Now we did standardize a lot of that stuff, but so what we did throughout, and it really came out of all of this, this war on terror, where we had all these dudes on the ground all over the place, and you never knew where your air support was coming. It could be Army, it could be, Army helicopters, it could be Air Force, it could be Navy, Marines, it could be Brits, it could be Germans. But what we did was we said we need a common language because dudes are dying on the ground while we co-locate our feces. That's a fancy way to say get your shit together. While we get everybody, on the same sheet of music. So the JTAC program came out to take all of these, because yeah, the Brits have them, and the Australians have them, and the Canadians have them, and the Germans have them, and all of our allies, we all have controllers on the ground. But again, we all did things very differently. And in an air-to-air fight, we still do our own thing. We talk to our own folks. Us, the Brits, the Canadians, the Australians, we work together very well. But we work better. Air Force guys, we work better with Brits, Canadians, and Australians than we do with our own Navy guys, which is bizarre. But the whole concept of the JTAC certification was to put us all on the same sheet of music, so that when I'm on the ground and I say I have a target that needs to be destroyed, no matter where that plane is coming from, U.S. Air Base, coming off a carrier, a Marine amphibious assault ship, or, I've got a pair of German Tornadoes coming in from Herat up in the Northwest. When I talk to that pilot, we communicate in a way that we all understand each other when we make that target blow up. And that's a great, I have no idea how the fuck we got to JTAC from where we were. I apologize, guys. I do not know. But, it's great because out at Nellis Air Force Base, in the JTAC course, you'll have Army guys, you'll have Navy guys, you'll have Marine guys, you'll have Air Force guys, you'll have joint service dudes, you'll have Allied Nation folks. You'll even have some guys in uniforms without name tags. It's all about learning the tactics and the language, so that the message and the mission is communicated in the most effective way. And I've said this a few times, it's not just our weapons and our technology that makes us and our allies that much better than, say, China, Russia, North Korea and everything. It's our ability to execute command and control that actually is our biggest thing. That is forget all the technology in the world. Our ability to talk and communicate and put pieces in the right place at the right time, that's the biggest jump we have over anybody else. Carson, it's the new Purple Mountain Dew, which you are never going to see because you don't have the Circle K convenience stores in Australia. It's a special edition. And I'm sorry for going off on that huge damn tangent. I just could not help myself. I felt like I had to do it, guys. I had to do it. Once I get rolling on that, I know we started talking about soft forces and stuff like that. But it's where I needed to go. Yeah, Todd, it really is. It's really cool. And the Navy even has, the way the Navy communicates blows my mind. I don't know. And that's why we even went forth and constructed in Iraq for a long time. We had the Marines. The Marines have some very good tactical air controllers. They really do. And just to avoid the confusion, because this was, believe it or not, this was the easiest way to do it, we carved out a whole section of the country of Iraq, and we told the Marines, listen, 16,000 and below, you own it. We're not going to talk to anybody. We're not even going to listen to the radio. We don't give a shit. We're going to keep all of our dudes out of this big area. You got Marines in there, Navy and Marines all day long. You bring them in, you support here, you do this, you do that. We do not care. Anything outside of this area or above 16,000 feet over this area, you don't put your planes in there. You don't talk to anybody. No confusion on the radio. And this was kind of before the JTAC thing was made. Boy, somebody got their general star for coming up with the whole JTAC deal. But so the Marines had what they call the Direct Air Support Center. And that is who controls the low altitude, the close air support kind of stuff for the Marines. And then they do the air control and they pass aircraft off to the individual dude in the field. And then in the Air Force, we have what we call the Control and Reporting Center, which is almost identical to the Direct Air Support Center in terms of equipment and functionality, but we have a slightly bigger reach because because we're the Air Force and that's what we do. But we had basically the rest of the country. What the Marines did not, the Marines support Marines. That's the Navy and the Marines like to take care of Marines. And that was the way that it was split up. And very often to the British, because the British operated very close to Marine zones. They sort of would work together. And very interesting place, very interesting way to fight a war. When you just had all these different languages. We're all speaking English, but we're not speaking the same English. Not at all. And then somebody said, wouldn't it be great if we all just understood each other? Wouldn't that be a fantastic, phenomenal idea? And I'm sure that the first time they suggested it, some people looked at them and said, why don't you shut the fuck up? Like, honestly. Because it was scary and it was new. And very often in the military, people are threatened by things that are new and different. And you hear the excuse, because this is the way we've always done it. You hear that all the time. When they're like, why are we doing it like this? Because this is the way it's always been done. Yeah, well, that doesn't mean it's a good idea. Just means it's an old idea. So, anyway, sorry. All right. Somebody suggest a topic. I'm sorry. New thing. I don't know how. I don't know why we got to this. Yeah, no idea, no clue. Do not let me do this, guys, because I will just do it all night long, just going off in these circular tangent talking. Yeah, I can imagine, because you know what? At the heart of it, law enforcement and military is really not that different. It's really not. Just, the actual environment where you work. Do you have any Reich knives? I do. And I like most of them. I got a Smoky Mountain Knife Works catalog in the mail. And they have some brands I've never heard of that I think we're gonna try. I haven't watched today's Obi-Wan. I'm caught up to episode 3, and episode 3 is pretty much the greatest thing I've ever seen. Gas prices out here in Southeast Pennsylvania, Jason. Last time I got gas, I think it was just shy of $5 a gallon. Yeah. I just saw a graphic though that said the average price of gas across the country, that's average price, was $4.32, and that the day our glorious leader was elected, it was $2.12 a gallon. So, Craig, if PETA wanted to be over here, I'd put him on camera. I have no idea where he is. They won't send catalogs to. That's weird. Why can't you watch Disney Plus anymore? I'm just curious. So $2.50 a liter. I got to do. Blame Craig. Yes, it is Craig's fault. He started this. $4.19 in Wisconsin. Yeah. Whoa, crazy. Oh, There's no reason gas should ever be that expensive. None. Like, okay, so the day that Biden got elected, the average price was $2.12 a gallon. And I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying if people want to say blame Trump for the previous administration's economy, okay, you can get away with that for 6 months to a year, but we're more than 2 years in, and the price of gas has doubled. Why are they not fixing this? Oh man, that sucks. That really sucks. And I'm sure they don't care because yeah, 445. Yeah, it's just we're just a bit higher here. I'm sure because they don't want to ship knives to California too. I'm sure that's what it has to do with that. That really sucks. They do have a huge Rough Rider section too. I have very mixed feelings buying from Smoky Mountain because of the whole Microtech Axial thing going on. But at the same time, my own anti-cancel culture thing tells me, like, look, there's a lot of employees at Smoky Mountain. It's not just the guy who made that decision. And my beef really isn't so much with Smoky Mountain. It's with Microtech. I could not buy from Smoky Mountain, but the ultimate people that suffer from that are the people making minimum wage, just trying to work. I'm still pissed off at them, but I'm just, I don't know. So, but if I can find some of those same brands, the new brands that I want to try somewhere else, I probably will get them somewhere else. But I can't remember the name right now. I definitely want to try out some of those. They're kind of budget friendly. Some of them are a little bit more expensive, but they look really good. They do look really good. $6 a gallon. Well, I'm not. Wait, where is it? Gas is always up in the summer because people are traveling, but it's terrible. There's absolutely no excuse for gas to be $6 a gallon, but I'm not sure it's going up. I'm not surprised. Yeah, so DLT Trading Company, River's Edge Cutlery, and Smoky Mountain Knife Works are the places where they got pulled from. That's absolutely ridiculous. That makes me so angry. It just makes me so angry. I don't understand. I just do not understand why. Gas is that much because they know because they know they can make us pay for it. They know they can. There's no technical reason why it's that much. There isn't. And don't blame and like people that want to blame this Russia Ukraine thing. We imported a grand total of 3% of our gas products from Russia. That has nothing to do with this. Nothing at all. 3%. 3% doesn't result in a 250% jump in price. That's ridiculous. I can't account for it at all. It makes absolutely no sense. No sense at all why we are dealing with this crap. And I feel like the administration is just not fixing it on purpose, or I got nothing else to go on. I would love for there to be an actual reason. Like, tell us why. Please tell us why we're paying out the ass the way we are. But all they want to say is inflation, or then they say some senator just bragged about it. Like, well, I have an electric vehicle, so those high gas prices don't bother me any. Fucking fantastic for you. You go tell a family, who's making, near the poverty line, they should just go out and buy a brand new electric vehicle. Awesome. our leaders are so out of touch with the average American family. It makes me sick. I'm going to use her as an example because I'm not trying to push politics, and I'll tell you right now, I hate her because she's from where I come from, and it's disgusts me. AOC, when she got elected, had a net worth of $8,000. She today, a few years later, has a net worth of over $1 million. How the hell, as a representative of our government, does your net worth jump from $8,000 to over $1 million? How, in any logical way, does that make sense, or does that happen? Unless your interests are your primary concern and the people you represent. And she represents Queens and the Bronx. Those are not millionaire people. That's not there. There's something very wrong with our representative government today, because they're not representing the people. They're representing their own interests purely. And even I'm not going to get into the politics, guys. I'm not going to do it. But even some people I really respected as lawmakers, really recently, are starting to push party lines and lobbying lines over the right thing. And that's what I respected them for, was, they represented doing the right thing when they first got elected. So whatever. I don't know. Just kind of angry. Hey, just curious, has anybody gotten a pop-up ad through this live stream this time? Like, I know last time there was like 3 or 4 or whatever Sunshine said, or somebody said. Anybody? It'd just be interesting for me to know. Anybody? No, I'm joking. I'm not trying to jinx it. You got an ad when you joined? Okay. I don't know how YouTube is doing this. No mid rolls. Good. I don't know how or why that I just do not. I don't get it. Don't get it. But anyway, I guess it's about time for us to wrap it up. Anyway, we've been going for a while. We had a great unexpected discussion on the organization of our special operations forces. Very, very very abbreviated and lightweight as discussions on that go. I left out a whole lot on purpose. So you won't get ads at all if you have premium. None. You guys are going to meet half evil NV333 soon. Like, actually meet her soon. I have to take Miraculous Girl Gymnastics, but I sent you an email to get that information from you. It's your questions email. Okay, I'll check that email out. David, I cannot access Facebook. You must have missed that. My Facebook has been hacked. Everything's been hacked. I cannot access any Facebook. Facebook has shut me down. You got to email me. I have no access. None. Email, if you want to contact me, email the QuestionsForDocP email. I can get in there. I can get into that one. Pretty sure. So yeah. Anyway, guys, it has been it has been fun. I'm going to actually try to come up with an actual topic for next week. David, questions for Doc P. Look in the video description. It'll be there. Maybe not necessarily this one, but go look at an actual posted video on the channel. It'll be there. So I'm going to try to come up with actual agendas for things that we can talk about. Okay. I like to shoot from the hip and see where the conversation takes us. But I know it'd be nice to have like an actual agenda of what to talk about as well. So I'll work on that. Okay. So you guys take care this week. I've got there should be, thanks to the Patreon dudes, there should be 2 brand new subscriptions showing up this weekend. So you probably won't see those videos till next week, but I'll have some cool stuff, something tomorrow, and then something Saturday. And then we'll have 2 brand new boxes. And hopefully, if people's Barrel and Blades are arriving, hopefully we'll have Barrel and Blade, both the box and their new Knife of the Month subscription coming soon. Okay. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining. I appreciate you all. You are all, as usual, absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And we'll have more fun once again next week. Take care.